They stood next to each other and I took the first picture and it was dark as because they thought I'm a professional photographer because I'm there with the camera. So of course they thought that. They didn't know I'm shit. This video is essentially for everyone who f***ed something up in their life, especially professional life. I'm gonna make you feel better because I'm gonna tell you the biggest fail, one of the biggest fails, maybe the biggest one of my career. I literally f***ed up somebody's memory forever. They have been waiting for this moment half of their lives and I f***ed it up. So instead of a picture that they can hang on the wall, frame it, they ended up with an overexposed shit thanks to me. And I cannot take it back. I am pretty sure that this person is cursing me every single day until they die. Can you imagine? They had one shot, one opportunity, and I did like, I'm gonna take you to the beginning because in my defense, this wasn't my fault. It was the fault of my employer because I was 20 years old. I was hired as a video editor assistant. I didn't have experience with the equipment. I was learning on the job because I wasn't hired primarily for video cameras or photography. I was hired as an editor. However, the greed of my employer got in the way because they got a big project and they wanted to charge as much money as possible. And they did own a DSLR. However, nobody could use it, including me. Because my colleague who was more experienced, only 8 years more experienced than me, was an alcoholic and was always drunk, and this is not a joke. He didn't want him to take pictures, he wanted me to take pictures for the whole event. And I said, I don't know how to take pictures with the DSLR. And he said, oh, it's easy. Okay, I'm not even gonna tell you how much he charged the client because I found out later and I was like, you charge the client, you're gonna promise them amazing, highly professional pictures. You charge them a lot of money. And then you give this job of high quality pictures to someone who has never taken a nice picture with the DSLR or any picture with the DSLR. And I told him, I don't think I can do this. No, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, don't worry. Me, 20 years old, I'm like, okay, you know, I'll do what you tell me to. Fine. Leading up to this, I was already worried. I couldn't practice during the working hours because I had been working on so many different projects. So I didn't have time to take the DSLR and learn it. So I asked him if I can take it for the weekend. And he said, yeah, sure, take it. It didn't help me much. And the worst thing was that we only had 2 lenses, 50mm, super cheap. To get that lens in focus was a fucking miracle. And secondly, we had one of the worst lenses, which is everything that comes with your camera when you buy it in terms of lens is shit. So it was a zoom lens and it was super fucking dark when you zoomed in and the zoom in was not even great. So shooting this stage that is far away from you, you're not gonna get a close up, and if you do, it's fucking dark and noisy. Of course, now I know that. I didn't know that back then. I mean, I understood lenses, but I thought, well, I can play with the shutter speed and all that stuff and fix it. No. Photography and videography is a very different discipline. I come back to work on Monday, right? Returning the DSLR, and the owner, the mother of my boss, comes in and starts shouting at me. How could you dare to take equipment of the company home? Okay, the event comes. Here's the moment. I'm taking the pictures of the speakers. The stage is pretty well lit, so I'm like, okay. The lenses are completely shit, so I cannot get like amazing pictures, but I'm trying my best. I'm like, it's not that bad. I was pretty happy with myself to the limitations, you know. And then there comes the moment. There was a speaker that was also very expensive, and he's very famous in the world of climbing because he climbed all the Himalayas without oxygen. And there was one lady. Yes, it's her. She was incredibly excited. It's like a Gen Z meeting One Direction or Harry Styles or Justin Bieber or whatever. I know Harry Styles is One Direction. And she was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay, can you take a picture? Can you take a picture? Like, I want this amazing picture. I'm telling you, this is what she said. She said she's gonna print it like this and she's gonna put it in her toilet. Odd, okay. Never mind. They stood next to each other and I took the first picture and it was dark as fuck because this is not funny. It wasn't funny back then. It's funny, of course, now, but I'm still feeling sorry for her. I was like, oh shit. And I was like, oh, one more. People, they thought I'm a professional photographer because I'm there with the fucking camera, so of course they thought that. They didn't know I'm shit. Adjust the settings quickly because they're standing there like, adjust the settings, take a picture, and he's like, oh yeah, thank you, I have to go, blah, blah, blah. And I look at the picture and it's overexposed as fuck. It's like being in Dubai on the beach in July. Shit. She's like, oh, thank you so much. Can you send it to my email? And she gave me her email address, you know. She didn't even take a picture with her phone, just in case, you know, or just to share it on social media. I mean, it's been some time ago, but anyway. She left and I looked at the picture. I was like, oh my God. And then I thought, you know what? No, it's fine. I'll fix it in post. I hate that sentence, but I didn't know what I was doing. I'll fix it in post. I'm like, okay, you know what? Anything is possible because I'm shooting in RAW, so I'm just gonna fix it. You know, it's overexposed, fine. Or I'm gonna fix that underexposed picture. Basically 5 minutes later, I'm kind of wondering, having a really bad feeling. I'm like, let me just check the settings just in case. I checked the settings. I'm not shooting in RAW. I'm only shooting in JPEG. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, there is a format in photography, it's called RAW, where basically you can fix really pictures and make it look amazing because it has so much data in that picture that you can actually fix it. If you shoot in JPEG, which has like that little much data comparing to RAW, you cannot fix anything. If it's underexposed, you're f***ed. If it's overexposed, you're f***ed. And I was f***ed. I got a little heart attack. Literally, I was like, I think I'm gonna faint. It was one of the worst moments because I started feeling sorry, really sorry for that woman. I couldn't recreate the picture. I couldn't find him, I couldn't find her, and it would be the most embarrassing thing to put them together, you know, again. Of course, I could have done it, but I would have to basically admit that I don't know what I'm doing. Now, in hindsight, I should do it. I should have done it. It would be super embarrassing, but at least she wouldn't hate me and I would deliver, maybe. I didn't do that because I was like, my pride, which didn't exist at the time, but still. The event ends, I come to work, you know, I don't know if it was Monday, Tuesday, whatever. I'm starting to look on the pictures. I tried my best. Remember, there was no AI, it's a JPEG. Seriously, nothing you can do to make it look good. Not even decent. I spent so many hours on just trying to fix it a little bit, you know, a little bit. And I ended up with something which is so far away from any kind of thing that you would like to print and put it on your toilet. You should put it in the toilet. Like in it, not on the door of it. Oh my God. What to do? You know what? It happened. Shit happens. I f***ed up. She's gonna hate me forever. Fine. I take all the pictures, you know, zip it, send it to the client. A couple days later, my boss is saying, oh, they refused to pay for the photography. Well, I don't think pictures are that bad, but you gave them pretty high price. You know, I kind of warned you that I cannot do a highly professional job. And he was like, yeah, I'm not saying it's your fault, you know. It's just, I don't think pictures are bad because I had a look at them and I think they're good. And I'm like, yeah, but they're not great. And then I didn't mention really the picture overexposed because the rest of the pictures were not that bad, to be honest, seriously. So they could say like, oh, we're not going to pay you, I don't know, half of it or 30% or something. But what I think happened, because I also had the guts to attach that picture and send it to her directly to that lady because she gave me her email. And she never replied. She didn't even say thank you. I mean, for what? She didn't. She must have had raised hell when she received that picture. I'm pretty sure she went to her boss and she said, this photographer is fucking shit. It's rubbish. It's, you know, she destroyed my life. And the boss would say, oh yeah, those pictures are fucking crap. And then they said, we're not paying for this. This is ridiculous. We're not paying for this. I think she raised hell so much that they decided they're not going to pay for anything. Because clearly, I wasn't a photographer. I didn't know what I was doing. I understand that. My boss understood it. He was like, yeah, you know, there's nothing I can do. But I ruined her beautiful memory. Can you imagine how she reacted when she opened that email and saw those pictures? I think I sent her both of them. The dark side and the... Oh, this is bad. The dark side and the bright side. Look at the bright side. Oh no, look at the dark side. No, keep looking at the bright side. If she combined those pictures, that would be great medium light. Anyway, her reaction must have been, yeah, bad. So I'm gonna give you a piece of advice. If you attend any kind of event and you see a professional photographer there, basically anybody who's holding a professional camera, do not trust them. Do not trust that they're going to do a good job. And it might not be their fault. They may be hired because the organizer or the manager or whoever is doing the event just is greedy and they don't want to pay them, so they hired somebody literally without any experience and so on. Don't rely on those. Take a picture yourself. I hope I made you feel better about yourself. That was literally my intention, because if you just said like, oh my god, I f***ed up, did you really? Look at me. But the beauty of it is, if you're not ashamed to admit it, that you made a mistake and you f***ed up big time, you're good. You're good. It's behind you. You can move on. I wish that woman knew the truth and she wouldn't hate me, but some things just have to stay up there, I guess. But also, it could be a situation where we're angry at someone, but we should be angry at someone else. Or maybe we don't know the full truth, so we're angry with that person, but maybe it's really not their fault. So we should give it a benefit of the doubt in any situation, maybe, if we're not 100% sure about what's going on. A little wisdom at the end. That's it for me. Subscribe and I'll see you next time. Stick around, come on. Hit that f***ing subscribe button. I'm waiting. And I'm not leaving until you f***ing hit it.